evening and welcome to MLC TV News. We are reaching you live from Kogi State capital city, Lokoja. I am Morno Balagbobo. The headlines. Federal government unveils Northeast Zonal Science Tech, Engineering and Mathematics Centers in Kano State. Kogi Governor Ascents NEWMAP bill to law. 98-year-old woman graduates from high school in Monrovia. And now the news in details. The federal government of Nigeria has flagged off Northeast Zonal Science, Technology, Engineering and Mathematics Centers in Government Secondary School Rano, Federal Government College, presented 259 Android tablets to Bayero University Training Center in Kano State. The Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, Sadiya Umar Farouk, who was represented by the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry, Bashir Nura Alkali, said STEM is one of the components of the National Social Investment Program NSIP, which is strategically aimed at providing technical platform that will aid modern teaching and learning on STEM to students in some carefully selected schools at both federal and state-owned science technical secondary schools nationwide. Deputy Director Information Adeyemo Felicia said in a statement that the Permanent Secretary explained that the project is aimed at providing e-learning facilities through the establishment of the state-of-the-art information and communication technology ICT infrastructure and modern teaching content to serve as a one-stop shop environment for students in public schools to have access to digital and updated learning materials in sciences, while also developing ICT skills, including the use of the internet for various purposes. Alkali said STEM has two components: the setup of the centers in selected government-owned secondary schools and training the teachers in the schools selected. While STEM centers are established to give students of the secondary schools to have practical experience in digital learning platforms, the training component focuses on building capacity of teachers to significantly enhance learning of STEM, which is the foundation of digital economy. The program is designed to equip and transform STEM teachers to deliver digital literacy through training, mentoring, and provision of devices to aid teaching. He said STEM centers is equipped with modern digital equipment, and a total of 218 of such schools all over the 36 states and FCT are equipped with these digital gadgets. 25 all-in-one desktop PC, 24-inch screen Intel 2.8 core, 25 desktop tables and chairs, one projector of 5,000 lumen, one magnetic whiteboard for learning, one Wi-Fi routers multi-SIM and 18 Lego robotics set. Alkali expresses profound gratitude to President Muhammadu Buhari's administration's determination and focus in the spirit of inclusion towards the development of the young people in digital economy, which the STEM project targets at the youth. He appreciated the government of Kano State, urging the students to make good use of the equipments that will aid modern teaching and learning on STEM in the digital world. The governor of Kano State, Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, represented by the SSG Alhaji Usman Alhaji, commended the federal government for its foresight in providing the needed equipment and conducive atmosphere for teaching and learning of STEM nationwide, adding that Kano State is working hard to uplift the standard of education, that free and compulsory education is yielding results in the state. The Senate has constituted a conference committee for the 2021 Electoral Act Amendment Bill. The committee will meet with that of House of Representatives to harmonize the 2021 Electoral Act Amendment Bill passed by both chambers of the National Assembly. Senate President Ahmad Lawan, who announced members of the committee at the plenary, said that it would be led by Senate leader Senator Abdullahi Yahaya APC Kebbi. He gave the names of other members of the committee as Senator Kibiru Gaya, APC Kano, representing Northwest, Senator Uche Ukunife, PDP Anambra, representing Southeast, Senator Danjuma Goje, APC Gombe, representing Northeast. Others are Matthew Ugwogide, PDP Edo, South, Senator Surajuddin Basiru, APC Oshun, and Senator Sani Musa, APC Niger North Central. The Senate had on the 15th of July passed the Electoral Amendment Bill after it considered and adopted the recommendations of the report of the Joint Committee on INEC. The Senate had amended Clause 52(3) of the bill, empowering the Nigerian Communication Commission (NCC) to determine the suitability of network for electronic voting procedures with approval of the National Assembly. The clause had provided for INEC to determine electronic voting process where practicable, but was amended to empower NCC to determine suitability of network to conduct the processes subject to the approval of the National Assembly. And the Senate has passed a bill to establish orthopedic hospital in Dekina, Kogi State. The Senate's approval of the establishment of the Federal Health Institution in Kogi State followed the consideration of reports presented by the Chairman, Senate Committee on Health, Senator Yahaya Oloriegbe. Oloriegbe said that Nigeria is one of the densely populated countries in the world, which is plagued with poverty and exceedingly high burden of diseases. He said orthopedics such as musculoskeletal disorders, spine disease, cancers, tumors, and congenital defects are suffered by many citizens without adequate care. He explained that orthopedic hospitals are necessary in improving health care in patients, adding that building one in Dekina will bring health care closer to the people and will be at a great impact to them. The Senate also passed a bill for the establishment of Federal Medical Center in Gombe, was sponsored by Senator Danjuma Goje and referred to the Committee on Health. The Federal Capital Territory Administration (FCTA) has commenced update of farmers' database and agriculture-related institutions in the territory. Minister of State for FCT Ramatu Tijani Aliyu stated this at the opening ceremony of the Agribusiness Innovation Conference and Expo held at the International Conference Center in Abuja. Ramatu said the FCT administration has also embarked on the rehabilitation of old agricultural facilities while efforts are being made to establish new ones. According to her, the agricultural sector was faced with challenges of lack of information, insufficient financial support, access to inputs, access to markets, as well as improved technology, despite the important role farmers play to eliminate hunger, stressing that administration has adopted strategies to overcome these challenges. The Acting Secretary, FCT Agriculture and Rural Development Secretariat, Malam Ishak Abubakar Sadiq, described the theme, End Hunger, Building a National Resilience for Sustainable Food Security, as timely, considering the fact that the country was in dire need of the participation of key stakeholders in enhancing agribusiness for increased food security and employment. He noted that the FCT was not just about infrastructural development, as the administration has been giving due attention to the agricultural sector in order to meet the needs of the growing population of FCT with food and nutrition. The program was initiated as part of measures to address the specific areas of need towards the provision of effective and robust agricultural support services, particularly in the aspects of input and extension services in the area. Kogi State Governor Yaya Bello has sacked the suspended Commissioner of Kogi State Independent Electoral Commission (SIEC) Emmanuel Folorunsho Olorunfemi from office. This followed the recommendation by Kogi State House of Assembly to the governor after investigating some allegations leveled against him through a petition to the State House of Assembly. He was removed from office for gross misconduct. Meanwhile, the governor has appointed George Funsho Ojo as the new commissioner of Kogi State Independent Electoral Commission from Kababunu. Kogi State House of Assembly has confirmed the nomination of the appointment of Justice Richard Olorunfemi as the substantive chief judge of the state. This followed the screening of Justice Olorunfemi on Wednesday at the Committee of the Whole at the Assembly Complex in Lokoja. The Chief Judge was confirmed after the Chairman House Committee on Judiciary, Justice and Protocol, Cosmos Atabo, moved a motion that he should be allowed to take a bow and leaving, having found him suitable for the assignment. Also, Justice Isiaka Momojimo has been screened and confirmed as the substantive President, Kogi State Customary Court of Appeal. The House, in the same vein, confirmed the nomination of Mr. George Funsho Uju as permanent member, Kogi State Independent Electoral Commission. Ojo replaces the former chairman of Kababunu local government area, Mr. Emmanuel Funsho, who was sacked for misconduct. The Speaker, Prince Matthew Kolawole, charged the appointees to see their elevation as a call to serve the state meritoriously, urging them to justify the confidence reposed in them. Kogi State Governor Yaya Bello has assented to the bill establishing Kogi State Erosion and Watershed Management Agency project, NEWMAP, recently passed by the State House of Assembly. Governor Bello, while speaking at a ceremony in Abuja, reiterated his administration's commitment to reducing erosion challenges across the 3 senatorial districts of the state. The governor maintained that NEWMAP is aimed at bringing succor to erosion problems in the country, hence the support demonstrated by his administration so far to the project. He commended the Speaker of the State House of Assembly, Matthew Kolawole, and the members of the Assembly for the speedy passage of the bill. Governor Bello also said the law has now given the agency the legal backing to carrying out its mandate in the state, especially reduction of annual erosion problem in communities in the state. The Commissioner for Environment, Victor Adewale Omofaye, commended the governor for showing passion to the success of the project in the state, assuring that the stakeholders will live up to the expectation. Moses Najim Ehira Political Network Group, a youth support group, has joined millions of youth across the country to call on Kogi State Governor Yaya Bello to contest for the 2023 presidential election. The convener, who said Governor Bello has performed well in his state in areas of security, infrastructure, development and gender equality, affirmative, according to him, as the kind of leader that Nigerians need. The group has collaborated with the GYB to PYB campaign support to unveil its campaign supportive materials.
The youthful Governor Yaya Bello is described as a trailblazer and a detribalized leader who has successfully built a state where tribes, religious bigotry and nepotism do not dictate how people should relate with one another. The chairman of the occasion, Mohammed Salawuddin Dioino of Ibira, called the governor the son of grace and a peacemaker. He said developments cannot thrive in a chaotic community, and as such, he believes with Governor Bello, Nigeria will enjoy peace and development the same way Kogi State has. The convener described the governor as an embodiment of humility, selflessness, passion and kindness. He acknowledged the governor's conscious effort to make his government gender equality friendly, who has demonstrated it by giving opportunity to the state to have women as vice chairmen and council leaders in each 21 government areas, including appointing women in sensitive quarters.
We empower people. We consulted so many roads. And today, we have got new university in Kogi State. We have innovated General Hospital to the standard of teaching hospitals.
Ehira Najim, a cloud engineer who is currently practicing abroad, said his passion to join politics in the next dispensation is to impact lives positively. The media aide Nehemiah Yusuf, who represented him at the unveiling of the support materials to Project GYB's ambition, COM 2023, also declared it's time for youth to take political offices and make positive impacts in the country. Other stakeholders at the event praised Governor Yaya Bello for the achievements he was able to accomplish in the state. They said his involvement in tackling insecurity, making the state neutralize ethnicity, infrastructure development, and being a religion-inclusive person stands him out. The Commissioner for Youth Political Participation, Niyi Oladile, called for total support for Governor Yaya Bello. He said Governor Bello is a man who has good intention to make Nigeria a better country for all.
We are looking at a situation whereby a 30-year-old will be a minister in this country. But we are looking at a situation whereby we have a young man who becomes a president, and we have young people who are managing the affairs of this country. If you look at Nigeria today, most of the legacy projects that we have are projects done during the military when young people were ruling this country.
The occasion, which was themed The Most Compassionate Governor's Achievements, His People and His Vision, was organized by Kogi. However, it didn't just have people from Kogi State, but also people from different parts of Nigeria. Margaret Mary Osuji, reporting for MLC TV, Abuja.
Residents of Lokoja have reacted to the spread of many petrol stations within the residential city. The people who spoke to MLC TV said the government should, as a matter of urgency, issue the restriction of building petrol filling stations, especially in a populated area in Kogi State. They fear for the lives of persons if a fire breaks out.
Petrol stations are gradually considered hazardous workplaces because they store and sell flammable materials such as petrol, diesel, and compressed natural gas (CNG). Kogi is a state many call civil servant state, but many well-to-do businessmen and women has been building viable petrol stations as a source of making money and creating jobs for many. The residents commended them, but urged them to divert their attention to in building other factories that will produce nylon, slipper, furniture, beverage, and many more, instead of concentrating only on building petrol filling stations, which they said can be a pose and a threat to lives and properties if not checkmate in future.
If anything happens, bank can even catch fire. See bank, see filling station. And filling station is taking over the whole even Kogi state capital. They can buy land in millions of naira because of filling station.
I think it's become unbearable because before you walk from here to there, you see another petrol station and on and on. So people run out of the idea and they don't have the knowledge where to invest their money. I think that is the reason why there is so much petrol station.
There are distances a filling station is supposed to be sited from a residential houses. But today, all those are not being followed. That is why you see that filling stations emerges everywhere anyhow in the state.
They advised the state government agencies to monitor and regulate building in such a critical area where hundreds of persons live.
All has to do with government. Government dictating the space of economic activity of its environment. It is the responsibility of government. And I don't think it's the owner or that has that problem.
They called on the Department of Petroleum Resources (DPR) and Town Planning Authority to intervene, lamenting that where 4 fuel and gas stations were sited together coupled with residential building was dangerous. That petrol is highly inflammable, a product that should be taken far away from fire or fire-enlightened objects like roadside yam, corn and plantain roasters and other related items to avoid disaster. Faith Abdugafar reporting for MNC TV.
Katsina State Governor Aminu Masari says bandits in around 150 camps existing in the forests of the state have been dislodged by the ongoing onslaught against them. Masari said this when he was received by the Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, on a one-day interactive session with the government and key security sector players in the state. He said fleeing bandits are relocating to where farmers have cultivated to steal their crops. Masari said the strategy put in place by the Northwest governors to flush out criminals is yielding positive outcome. Information Minister Lai Mohammed commended the governor on his efforts to fight insecurity in the state, which he said was the reason for his visit. He urged journalists to report the successes being archived in the war against the bandits rather than negativity. The Emir of Katsina, Abdulmumin Usman, speaking on behalf of the Emir of Daura, Umar Farouk, called on the minister to also do more in the area of effective information dissemination. The entire management of the Borno State-owned Ramat Polytechnic in Maiduguri has been suspended for 6 months. This follows a surprise visit by Borno State Governor Babagana Zulum, who expressed shock at the discovery that the laboratories were out of use, covered with cobwebs and rodents roaming freely. Governor Zulum immediately assessed all infrastructure and learning facility at the institute and directed the State Commissioner for Higher Education, Science and Technology and Innovation, Dr. Babagana Malumbe, to take over the affairs of the school. The governor later held a closed-door meeting with the top management of the Polytechnic and directed the Ministry of Water Resources to drill 2 deep aquifer boreholes and carry out a complete water channel network within the Polytechnic. Zulum was a student of the Polytechnic from 1986 to 1988, where he bagged the National Diploma in Agricultural Engineering before returning to the Polytechnic as a rector from 2011 to 2015. You're still watching the MLC TV news. We'll go on a short break, and when we come back, we've got stories in the foreign scene, sports and entertainment. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back.
I was built to be the best. Number one and nothing less. Lead me to my destiny. I have waited patiently. I have vision, though I believe. I know I can count on me.
Here is your chance to be the champion you want to be. As Pharmacist Abdul Karim Asuku Youth Empowerment Foundation, IF, present first of its kind in Kogi State. Inter-school competition across Kogi State. Theme, reviving the glory of education. Dates, time and venue as follows. Eastern Senatorial District comes up on the 25th of September 2021. Venue is Our Ladies of Schools, Ayingba. Time is 10 a.m. Central Senatorial District comes up on the 2nd of October 2021. Venue is Abdul Aziz Memorial College, Okene Amko. Time is 10 a.m. Kogi West, St. Augustine's College, Kaba. Date is 9th of October 2021 and time is 10 a.m. And the finals is on the 13th to 16th of October 2021 in Lokoja, Kogi State. Note that a total of 44 schools are expected to participate in this event. PIF Inter-School Competition, encouraging participation in public schools.
Mlc TV Online is here for your timely and reliable news that reaches you fast with the breaking news. Choose MLC TV. Get human interest stories right here on MLC TV with entertainment, sports, business, culture, tourism, and fashion news stories all featured on MLC TV. Not forgetting political and current affairs news, state and federal government and people's matters will be discussed regularly on MLC TV. MLC TV, your one-stop online destination for unbiased, accurate news, entrepreneur ideas, and youth matters to the rest of the world. MLC TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone. Glad to have you back. And on the foreign scene, Monrovia, California, Vivian Fisher from California has finally achieved her dream after she recently earned her high school diploma at the age of 98. She was one of the graduates of Monrovia High School's class of 2020. She was joined by her great-grandnephew Elijah Vance, who also graduated in the drive-through ceremony. She was not able to graduate decades ago when she was younger because she had to work multiple jobs to provide for her family. Fisher, whose father was the first black graduate of Monrovia High School and the first black police officer in the city, was proud to have been able to keep the legacy of her family. Stay in school and be somebody, she told CBS News. Being a nobody, anybody can do that. General Mohammed Hamdan Dagolo has said that his forces have prevented coups since the ousting of the former leader. The vice president of Sudan's ruling sovereign council has said politicians are to blame for Tuesday's attempted coup. Sudan's Prime Minister Abdallah Hamdok had said forces of darkness linked to ousted President Omar al-Bashir were behind the failed coup. The Taliban have asked to address world leaders at the United Nations General Assembly this week in New York City. A UN committee will rule on the request, but it is unlikely to happen during the current session of the body. The Taliban also nominated their Doha-based spokesperson, Sohail Shashin, as Afghanistan's UN ambassador. The group, which seized control of Afghanistan last month, said the envoy for the ousted government no longer represented the country. The request to participate in the high-level debate is being considered by a credentials committee whose 9 members include the US, China and Russia, according to a UN spokesperson. But they are unlikely to meet before the end of the General Assembly session next Monday. Until then, under UN rules, Ghulam Isaaqzai will remain Afghanistan's ambassador to the global body. He is expected to make a speech on the final day. However, the Taliban said his mission no longer represents Afghanistan. No government has formally recognized the Taliban as Afghanistan's new government, and for the UN to agree to its nominee for ambassador will be an important step towards international acceptance. The Taliban also said that several countries no longer recognized former President Ashraf Ghani as leader. Ghani abruptly left Afghanistan as Taliban militants advanced on the capital, Kabul, on 15th August. He has since taken refuge in the United Arab Emirates. In Afghanistan itself, the last minister from the deposed government, Wahid Majroh, has left office as public minister after hearing that he had been replaced. When the Taliban last controlled Afghanistan between 1996 and 2001, the ambassador of the government they overthrew stayed on as a UN representative after the Credentials Committee deferred its decision on competing claims for the position. At the UN meeting, Qatar urged world leaders to stay engaged with the Taliban. Qatar has become a key broker in Afghanistan. It hosted talks between the Taliban and the US, which culminated in a 2020 agreement to withdraw US-led NATO forces. The country has helped Afghans and foreign nationals to evacuate the country since the Taliban takeover and has facilitated recent intra-Afghan peace talks. In sports today, the third round of the Carabao Cup played Tuesday night saw Norwich lost 0-3 to Liverpool at Carrow Road. Manchester City trashed Wycombe 6-1, while Everton were eliminated on penalties 7-8 after playing 2-2 to QPR. Wednesday evening, other matches in Carabao Cup will see Manchester United host West Ham, Chelsea vs Aston Villa, Wolves hosting Tottenham, while Arsenal will host Wimbledon. On the local scene, the Aisha Buhari Cup came to an end at Mobalaji Johnson Arena, Lagos on Tuesday, with Bayana of South Africa defeating their Nigerian rivals, the Super Falcons, by 4-2. In a post-match press, the Bayana coach, Ellis Desiree, said they passed the test today, but they need to do more and more. They must be consistent against the bigger and better teams. Other countries that partook in the competition are Ghana and Cameroon. And our entertainment, Matthias Ayodeji has more.
Entertainment news. NOSC announced call for the 94th Academic Awards IFF submissions. The Nigeria Official Selection Committee (NOSC) has announced the reopening of its submission portals for the Academic Awards International Feature Film category. The Nigeria Oscar Committee made the announcement confirming entries for the 94th Academic Awards via their social media handle. Having successfully submitted 2 entries for the International Feature Film categories, the NOSC has established itself as a game changer. It will be recalled that in 2019, the committee, also known as the Oscar Selection Committee, submitted Nigeria's first ever Oscar submission, Lionheart, and in 2020, the committee unanimously voted Desmond Obiageli the Mix Maid for academic consideration. NOSC chairperson Chineze Ayane said they were able to make the first ever entry submission to the Oscars for the International Feature Films Award, and that the awareness this has brought to the industry as a whole has been amazing. He said this has opened the industry to other markets and they hope to see partnership with other industries soon. This year's committee members will reportedly be confirmed in the coming weeks. Like previous years, filmmakers are expected to submit their films entry following NOSC guidelines. The submission portal for the 94th Academic Award is open from Monday, September 20th to Monday, October 4th, 2021. Matthias Ayodeji Peter reporting for MLC TV.
And that is the news hour on MLC TV. Thanks for staying with us. For your sponsorship and advert placement, call the numbers displayed on your screen. Please do like and subscribe to our social media handles. Our Facebook page is MLC TV, Instagram MLC TV 2021, and YouTube channel Malachite TV. I am Morno Balagugu. Thanks for watching.